Hi, it's Toby from Heavyweight MMA. Today again with Perth star, fighting out of scrappy MMA, Jack Della Maddalena. Proud of you, man. You've done good recently.
Cheers, Toby. Pleasure to talk to you, brother. Thank you so much.
Man, in the words of Joe Rogan, and that, my friend, is how you make a UFC debut. How did it feel, man?
Yeah, it was awesome. A lot of hard work sort of just came to that point. And yeah, it was so cool to fight in such a big crowd, a solid crowd. Was sick. Everything I could have dreamed of. And yeah, the fight was, I was happy with how I performed. I felt like it was exactly what I needed to do against my opponent. So it was perfect.
Awesome, man. So just to recap, last fight was in January 22nd, UFC 270 in Anaheim. Beat Pete Rodriguez by KO in the first round. Even paused to let the ref stop it before continuing and just finishing it. Good work.
Yeah. I gave the ref a little bit of a chance, but I guess you just got to do what you got to do. But yeah, it was an awesome experience. It's nice to be home. It was an incredible experience.
True. Perfect, man. Last time we talked, you said you were feeling in good shape and you couldn't wait for the fight, man. How was the lead up and everything? Everything was good?
Yeah, the lead up was fine. I felt pretty much spot on the whole camp. It was hard camp, a lot of hard work, but I felt good. I felt sharp. We had a little bit of mishap with the opponent. I think when I was the opponent, obviously it changed. We were a bit in limbo land for a bit, but yeah, glad to have got an opponent pulled together and so I could still fight. But yeah, the camp.
Sorry, bro. How did you feel about that? Like from Wally Alves changing over to Pete Rodriguez, how did you feel about that change?
To be honest, it is what it is. Ideally, it would have been cool to have that debut against someone like a veteran like Wally, but I guess that's completely out of my control. So there's nothing I can do about it. They said they'd definitely get us a fight, so I just sort of just stayed ready and they got us a fight. So yeah, it would have been, obviously hindsight, it would have been awesome to have that fight, but I think I'll get that down the line,
That's it, man. There's always a chance of getting it again. Man, for the people like us, the general public, man, can you describe the UFC experience, your first time in the real UFC, apart from the Dana White Contender Series? How was it, man, like pre-fight, media, facilities, all that sort of thing?
It was pretty insane. When we got to fight week in the hotel, they made everything extremely easy. There was a lot of media stuff that we had to do, but it was all just in the lobby of the hotel. So it was pretty cool. It was cool to see all the other guys fighting, see how they do things from behind the scenes. Signing the poster and getting a poster was cool, but yeah, everything was just ran smoothly. They were on top of it, and it was just a cool experience the whole time. I was just felt like I belonged there, but at the same time, it was like, wow, it's real. It felt so real, and it was just a lot of hard work and a dream that sort of come true.
That's it, man. I saw some of your posts doing some filming, some video work of you shadow boxing and that, all that sort of thing. Anything new to you, or it's kind of things you've done before?
Sort of. I have done that sort of stuff before, but it was a little bit different having it being first time being a UFC thing. But yeah, it was to be honest, it was very easy. Everything, they just made it easy. They gave you time for you to go down, do it, and the whole system they have going there is run smoothly. So it was pretty awesome. It was cool to see it.
And man, having been involved in quite a few fight cards before, like in the past, and nothing at that level, how was the whole arrangement? The actual fight night itself, was it all really smooth and nice out the back?
Yeah, super smooth. They just you came, basically was in the hotel. They gave all the fighters had sort of different times that they were going to go. We just went down. They got in a bus, went out to the stadium, got our area to warm up. And to be honest, just at that point when I got to the stadium, it just felt like any other fight show. Didn't really see the crowd, and then having the walk out with the big crowd it was pretty awesome. That was unbeatable, coming from Contender Series, not having a crowd and then having that walk out and feel the buzz of a UFC event. It was an awesome experience.
Yeah, man, that was massive card, right? UFC 270. So it was just a massive crowd. Everyone around the world was waiting for that show, and you're on that as your first show. Did it feel like too much of a shock going out to that sort of crowd, or it was good?
Nah, to be honest, I was sort of like backstage, everyone, like they were always like, whenever I spoke to the commentators, we had to do like a interview with them beforehand. And to be honest, I was pretty stress-free. I was just relaxed, and they kept like telling me how like the octagon jitters, they were saying like they're real, they'll hit you as soon as you get out there. But to be honest, the walkout was awesome, and I loved it. And when I got into the cage, and felt nothing different. I felt like I belonged there, and it was just like, yeah, it was an incredible experience. I can't even, the difference between like having the crowd and not having a crowd is so big. I think the crowd is such a big part of the fight game, and it's nice to have it back.
Yeah, man. And you look great. You look very composed. A few people, as you in your interviews, mentioned about the other guy having a bit of nerves, but it wasn't that evident to me. I mean, he's not super experienced, but he's had fights before, right? But definitely you looked more composed in there, right?
Yeah, for sure. I felt so. I felt like from the get-go, he was really trying to like take my head off with everything. I could feel that like he was just, he was in there to try and, get me out of there early. And I think he was trying way too hard. And I think that was probably the downfall. But yeah, I felt calm. To be honest, I loved every single second of it. Like the whole fight was awesome.
Yeah, man, you showed your crisp precision of your boxing, man, just to take him out. It was a beautiful thing to watch.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun, eh? Yeah, I was happy with the performance. I feel like someone like Pete, like obviously he's not very experienced. He hasn't had a whole heap of fights. It was his debut. He probably got the call up early, and like I could admit it. That's the truth, you know. So basically, what I had to do is what I did is just take him out early and just sort of let everyone know that like he doesn't belong to be in there with me, and that's basically all I can do.
Was that your mindset going in there, man? Did you have that in your mind? Like, you know, like, fuck this guy, I'm going to take him out. He doesn't deserve to be in there with me. Is that your feeling when you went in, or no?
No, I did not in like such a disrespectful way, but in a way, like I knew that if you look at us I feel like I was a way better fighter than him. Obviously, when it comes down to it, you've still got to go out there and I just lost you. You there?
Right,
yeah. But yeah, you've still got to go out there and make it happen. But yeah, that was my thoughts. Like, if I just go out there, do what I do, I'm the better fighter than him. And I just, for them to give me someone on a week's notice, I knew I had to go in there and just pretty much take him out as quickly as possible, just to let him know that I don't want to fight those people. I want to fight the better guys.
I was a bit surprised, man, because usually the guy with the most tattoos is a lot better fighter. That's what I found. And you've got none, and he's like loaded with them, bro. So it didn't quite work out that way.
You got to look at the nose. The nose is what tells.
I didn't think of that, man. That's the thing. Hey, also, at the end, I don't know how much of a fan you are of Joe Rogan, man. Many of us are. Did that feel like anything surreal to you, standing up talking to him?
Yeah, 100%, man. Like, words don't describe it. It was insane. Just seeing everyone. I seen Bruce Buffer call your name, and then seeing Joe Rogan like stand there and give you props and put the microphone there. It's pretty insane. So I'm blessed. There's so many fighters that haven't even. I know fighters that have, like, in the UFC, haven't even had a crowd yet. To get a crowd and get the whole felt like the whole UFC treatment is something I'm super proud of, and I'm stoked to have got that. But definitely, I'm ready to go again.
True, man. You got a few things to take care of first, man. So after you finished the fight, you mentioned last time that you were going to spend a couple of weeks there to look around. You did, right? You had a little bit of a look around and play in the snow and that. Yeah,
had it pretty much there for 2 weeks after the fight. Our borders in WA were meant to open the 5th. Unfortunately, they didn't, so we were just planning on sticking out to the 5th. But it was worthwhile. It was nice to stick around. Spend a bit of, have a little vacation, really, which is cool.
That's it, man. A bit of snowboarding. Actually, before your fight, I think, according to your timeline, you'd made a bit of a snowman. I don't think you should quit your day job, bro. Didn't look like the biggest snowman I've ever seen.
To be honest, we actually stumbled across that one and claimed it.
Okay. And I did notice in the same picture, you had your ball. Like you mentioned, your lucky ball would be going over there with you, and I saw that at the bottom of the picture.
Bring the ball around.
That's it.
And it was just sick. Yeah, it was good.
Okay,
trip.
And the after the fight, how are you feeling, man? Conditioning okay? Any injuries, anything like that? All good?
I was fine, which was bonus. I came out pretty much 100%. So I'm looking forward to just get back into training and get back to it.
Sick. Man, last time you also mentioned that you're getting married in March. It's all set now?
Yeah, all set. All set. March is I'm getting married, and then probably won't be able to fit a fight in between before then. But I'm hoping straight after we get something locked in.
Yeah, you said your ideal 2022 would be 4 fights starting just after in April, right? So let's hope for the best, eh? Let's hope you get through this one, have a nice wedding, and then move back into it.
Yeah, hell yeah, appreciate it, brother. Yeah, I definitely reckon the 4 fights I think it is doable, and I think I am going to do it. So exciting.
Man, yeah, Scrappy MMA must be happy, man. You had a good end of year and beginning of this year, right? Like last year, Becca, Lawrence, Rod, and then yourself, man. It's been a good run for you guys, right?
Yeah, we've had a good run, real good run. Hopefully, to be honest, hopefully we get Becca on the I reckon Becca will be in the UFC by the end of the year. So I reckon it will back it up. I think Rod's got a title fight coming up. So I reckon we've just got a bigger year at Scrappy coming up, which is awesome.
Man, I was just talking to Jack Jenkins the other day, and he's fighting Rod Costa in the show coming up in March.
Yeah.
And just Rod Costa's affiliated with Scrappy, right? Is that right?
Yeah, Rod. Yeah, he's one of the teammates. He trains at Scrappy.
So how do you see that one going, man?
Yeah, it's hard to back against like a teammate. I think Rod's the man. I train with him daily. I think he's extremely good. He's an extremely good grappler. His hands are good. I think he's going to over the 5 rounds as well. I think it's just a better matchup for Rod. But yeah, I think Rod's going to get the win. I think he's on fire right now. I think the team's on fire right now. I think Rod at the moment is a tough guy to beat, and it would take someone pretty special, I reckon, to beat Rod.
And that's a great card, actually. I think your brother was supposed to be on it, but it got cancelled. Is that right?
Yeah, they were meant. I think there was they were meant to fight March. Was meant to be in Perth, then Perth sort of went a bit nuts. So then, so there was a few actually quite a lot of the guys on the team that were scheduled to fight, but not happening. So it's a bit of a like a downer for the team, but I reckon we'll be back real soon.
Awesome,
man. But Rod got the title shot, so it's a big on the up and up, I reckon.
True, man. Hey, just with the big show coming up on the weekend, just wanted to get your take on the main event, UFC 271, Whittaker versus Adesanya. What do you think with this one, man?
I don't know. I think this one's a tough one. I have no idea, to be honest. I reckon
on the fence, man.
I'm not completely on the fence. I can see Izzy's very good, and he's definitely proved that he's one of the best. Rob has always been one of the best. I reckon it is. And there's no one else. I think they're the best guys at the moment in the middleweight division. So I don't know, but I'll definitely be watching, and I reckon it's going to be a sick fight.
Man, one thing I noticed, if you have a look at the UFC Embedded, I don't know if you had a look, there's one UFC Embedded 1 that came out. Just look at Rob on the pads and then look at Israel on the pads and just, oh man, Israel's looking so slick, man. You know, I mean, Rob's good, but at that moment, those bits and pieces of footage they showed, he just looked so slick, man. It looked like completely different levels at that, but it could have been Rob's just taking it easy, just moving through the paces, but still, he just looks slick as hell, Israel, you know?
I feel like Israel is super sleek, and Rod's probably more of just like a tough guy that can hit extreme. He's obviously very good. Yeah, I reckon Israel is probably better when it comes to like a skill thing. But yeah, it's a fight, so it's gonna be fireworks, I think.
True, man. Man, one last silly question before we head off. You took up a bit of Pilates recently, man. I want to know, do you contribute any of your win to your practice of Pilates?
No. I was going to say yes, but nah, to be honest, probably not.
I was hoping you'd be representing all the Pilates practitioners out there for that win. I thought you'd be striking a pose or something at the end and saying this is for Pilates. No?
Yeah, nah. I'm a Pilates fighter. Polite. It has been good, man. I definitely feel like my balance and like my core is better, but yeah, I think it's just maybe the 1%er sort of thing.
Yeah, man. All these things can make you better for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, man, congratulations on your flawless victory. Wishing you and your fiance an amazing wedding day in March, followed by several fights for the year. Thanks for your time, man. You're a legend.
Legend. Cheers, Toby.